to the magnificent DJ Jazzy Jeff, and I'm your host for this evening, Swan Gams, Plug City T-Hunt, come on. We can't let it end. Far as I remember, you've been my best friend. Forever, ever, forever, ever, and ever, ever. Me and hip hop together, we gon' hit top. From hip hop and the hip hop, we can't stop. The rocket from the bang bang boogie, up jump the boogie from the rhythm of the boogity beat.
I've been touring mostly from the time of the last album to this album. That's what kind of really took a while for me to either go in the studio and even finish the album, because I've been touring consistently for the past 5 years. But happy that it's done. Got a lot of response from people, you know, from traveling around the world asking me, were you gonna do a new album? When are you gonna do a new album? And that was pretty much the reason for me going back in the studio.
How y'all feel out there? Good time. What's going down? You're dealing with the sounds of my man, DJ Jazzy Jeff, the legend in the building. I go by the name of Yamin All World, holding it down mic side for DJ Jazzy Jeff, who does have an album coming out May 8th, The Return of the Magnificent.
My approach for this album was very, very different, because I closed the studio down. I closed my studio down that I've had for about 12 years. I built a studio from scratch. So the funny thing with me is listening to this album isn't just a completion in music. The place where this album was recorded, I remember walking into this space and it was nothing. So I basically started this record from an empty room, you pouring the concrete, you know, digging out the trough, laying the wires, positioning your equipment. I wanted to recreate my mom's basement. I wanted to recreate when there was no stress, no hassle. You didn't think about the music. You didn't think who was going to play it. You didn't think who was going to like it. You just did music from your heart. However it comes, it comes.
The Lazarus rapping, I'm applying. Could've tried acting, but fronting on trying. I'm like Will, who make the mills as an actor. So Jeff's the DJ, I'm still the rapper.
Hey Jeff, I have Will on the line for you. Snazzling! What up, man?
Yeah, that's Will. That's Will. He was the one that actually gave me an idea for doing a skit, you know, on the record. I was talking to him just about some of the concepts that I wanted to kind of do a skit that kind of tied the whole record together. And we talked about just the whole how, you know, a lot of times people ask me where's Will at. So he was like, you should really make a really funny joke out of that. So, you know, I told him what I wanted to do, and that was just one take. I just called him on the phone, said I'm going to record it, and he said okay, and I just called and just taped it, and that's what we came up with. I wanted to call everybody who I've ever dreamed of making a record with. Like, wow, I always wanted to make a record with CL, or it would be cool to make a record with CL. So I just picked up the phone and called, you know, because I felt the only thing that these guys could tell me was no, and no one told me no. The biggest issue for everybody in this record was scheduling, because me touring and then other guys are touring. You know, one of the first people I called was KRS-One. I really wanted to do a record with him, and for a year straight, if he was on the road, I was home, and if I was on the road, he was home. You know, so it was a scheduling thing. That was the only reason why it didn't happen. And it's like with anything, the day that the record was finished, turned in, and mastered, I got a call like, yo, I'm ready. You know, so that'll be the next one. Most of the collaborations, you know, were conversations, you know, from Method Man to CL to Big Daddy Kane. You know, the song actually took the shortest amount to do. It was the talk before the song, you know, just from how we all go way back and just, you know, discussing, you know, what our concerns about the industry and just where, you know, where is it going and how we feel that we can change it and make an impact. And, you know, so those were great storyboards for the song.
Brand new funk, deep crack Philly, who wanna run with me? What's so up, young buck? Ain't nothing to me. I got bullies, semi-arties, it's all homie. I brought armor for drama, you ain't got nothing for me. Go in my zone when I write. It's not surprising, you hear my flow and wanna bite. My only options to dust the dirt off my shoulders is Rockefeller. I thought you know by now, Robert Howard gets it jealous when they see me.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something that's very interesting about me. I hate playing my stuff. I've never felt comfortable playing my own music. This album was a little bit different with records like Brand New Funk, with PD Crack. I played that and got incredible response. You know, I kind of actually gave that out to the radio in Philadelphia because, you know, that was a really big hometown record, and what happened was it hit the radio and went crazy. So I started, you know, this album might be the first one that I felt a little bit more comfortable. And it's not that you don't like it. It's almost, to me, it's almost a vanity thing. Of like, you know, there's 80 million records that I can play. Let someone else play my records. You know, let me play everybody else's.